One misjudged turn, one buried layer of snow, 1 second of speed that couldn't be taken back. That's all it took. Skiing looks effortless from a distance. White slopes, clean air, laughter echoing off mountains. But beneath that beauty is physics, ice, gravity, hidden terrain that does not forgive hesitation. And when something goes wrong at 40, 50, sometimes 60 miles per hour, there is no pause button. These are the worst skiing deaths ever recorded. Number 1. Michael Schumacher. It was December 29, 2013 in Maribel, France. Michael Schumacher was not a beginner. He was a 7-time Formula One world champion. A man who had lived his life controlling machines at over 200 miles per hour. That morning, he was simply a father on vacation, skiing with his teenage son in the French Alps. He wasn't racing, he wasn't competing, and he was enjoying a quiet winter break. The snow was fresh but uneven. Groomed runs were packed and safe. Off-piste areas between marked trails were technically accessible but unpredictable. Patches of exposed rock hid just beneath a thin layer of powder. Signs warned skiers to stay within marked boundaries. What they didn't realize was how little snow actually covered the rocks just meters off the main run. Footage wasn't widely released, but investigators later reconstructed the scene from helmet camera data and witness accounts. Schumacher and his son veered into a narrow strip of ungroomed terrain. It wasn't extreme, it wasn't steep, but it was deceptive. Step 1, he skis slightly ahead of his son. Step 2, his ski clips a hidden rock beneath the powder. Step 3, the sudden stop launches him forward. But Step 4, he loses balance mid-air. Step 5, his helmeted head strikes an exposed boulder. Step 6, he falls motionless in the snow. The impact was catastrophic. His helmet cracked, absorbing much of the force, but not enough. Bystanders reacted immediately. Ski patrol arrived within minutes. A helicopter evacuated him to a hospital in Grenoble. Surgeons performed emergency brain surgery to relieve pressure from severe traumatic brain injury. Official reports later confirmed he suffered a life-threatening head injury despite wearing a helmet. He remained in a coma for months. The aftermath reshaped skiing conversations worldwide. Helmets were credited with saving his life, but also highlighted that even protective gear cannot eliminate risk. Off-piste exploration, even by experienced athletes, carries hidden dangers. Michael Schumacher survived. But the man who once controlled race cars with surgical precision has never returned to public life the same way again. But the next death was even harder to watch. Number 2. Sonny Bono. It was January 5, 1998 in South Lake Tahoe, California. Sonny Bono, former pop star turned U.S. congressman, was spending a winter holiday with his family. Skiing was not new to him. He had visited slopes before. But he wasn't known as a high-speed risk-taker. That day, visibility was good. The mountain was busy. Snow conditions were stable. There was one problem: trees. What he didn't realize was how quickly a mild run can funnel into a densely wooded section if you drift offline. Witnesses later described him skiing alone near the Nevada-California border. No helmet, moderate speed, nothing extreme. Then, he veered slightly left of the main run. Step 1, he picks up speed on a mild decline. Step 2, he angles toward the tree line. Step 3, one ski catches uneven terrain. Step 4, he loses balance. Step 5, he collides head first with a tree. There was no dramatic avalanche, no cliff, just a tree trunk standing still. Rescuers arrived quickly, but the damage was already done. He had suffered massive head trauma. Despite emergency efforts, he was pronounced dead shortly after. The official cause: blunt force trauma to the head. The aftermath triggered renewed national debate about helmet laws in ski resorts. At the time, helmet use among recreational skiers was far less common. Today, after countless similar tragedies, helmets are standard for many resorts and strongly encouraged. One tree, one miscalculation, one and a life that ended in seconds. But sometimes the danger doesn't stand still. Number 3. Natasha Richardson. It was March 16, 2009 in Mont-Tremblant, Quebec, Canada. Natasha Richardson was taking a private beginner skiing lesson. It was her second day on skis. The slope was not advanced. It was described as a gentle training hill. The weather was cold but calm. She fell. Not a violent crash, not a high-speed collision, just a backward fall during a lesson. What she didn't realize was that the human brain can suffer catastrophic injury even when the fall looks minor. Witnesses later said she stood up immediately. She laughed. She even refused medical attention at first. Step 1. She loses balance while turning. Step 2. She falls backward. Step 3. Her head strikes packed snow. Step 4. She stands, jokes, insists she's fine. Step 5. An hour later, headache begins. Step 6. Confusion sets in. Step 7. Her condition rapidly deteriorates. By the time paramedics were called, pressure was building inside her skull from a severe epidural hematoma, bleeding between the skull and the brain. She was transported first locally, then airlifted to a New York hospital. Surgeons attempted to save her. 2 days later, she died. Official cause: blunt impact to the head causing internal brain bleeding. Her death introduced many people to a term they had never heard before: lucid interval, a period where someone appears fine before rapid neurological collapse. The aftermath was profound. Helmet advocacy surged. Resorts increased messaging around head injury awareness. Ski instructors were retrained to push medical checks after any head impact. It looked harmless. It wasn't. And the mountain has even more brutal ways of reminding people who's in charge. Number 4. Gaspard Ulliel. It was January 18, 2022 in La Rosière, France. Gaspard Ulliel, a French actor internationally known for his work in film and television, was skiing on an intermediate slope. The run was open. Snow conditions were firm. Families filled the mountain that afternoon. There was no extreme stunt, no off-trail adventure. What they didn't realize was how crowded intersections can become silent collision zones. According to official investigation findings, Ulliel collided with another skier at high speed. Step 1. He descends a moderate incline. Step 2. Another skier approaches from the side. Step 3. Both attempt last-second corrections. Step 4. Skis cross paths. Step 5. Bodies tangle. Step 6. Ulliel falls. I'm striking his head on hard-packed snow. He was not wearing a helmet. Emergency crews arrived quickly. He was airlifted to a hospital in Grenoble in critical condition. Despite intensive care efforts, he died the following day from severe head trauma. Official cause: head injury resulting from a skiing collision. The incident reignited public debate across France regarding helmet use. Unlike some countries, adult helmet mandates are not universal. His death renewed calls for stronger safety requirements. Sometimes the danger isn't the slope. It's the person coming toward you. But even that pales in comparison to what happens when the mountain itself moves. Number 5. The Avalanche at Tunnel Creek. It was February 19, 2012, near Stevens Pass, Washington. Tunnel Creek was legendary among advanced skiers. Backcountry terrain, untouched powder, no resort boundaries. A group of 16 experienced skiers and snowboarders gathered that morning. Many were professionals. Avalanche training was common among them. They carried beacons, shovels, probes. They believed they were prepared. What they didn't realize was that the snowpack had formed a fragile slab, an unstable layer sitting on weak crystals beneath. The footage wasn't a viral live stream, but helmet cameras and eyewitness recordings later helped investigators piece together the timeline. Step 1. The group enters the slope one by one. Step 2. The first few descend safely. Step 3. A skier cuts across the upper section. Step 4. A fracture line shoots across the mountain. Step 5. The entire slab collapses. Step 6. Snow begins accelerating downhill, faster than a car on a city street. Step 7. Riders are swept off their feet. Step 8. Trees snap. Bodies disappear beneath tons of snow. An avalanche is not soft powder. It is moving concrete. Rescue efforts began immediately. Survivors switched their beacons to search mode. Digging began within minutes. But burial time matters. Oxygen disappears fast. 3 skiers died that day. The official investigation concluded it was a human-triggered slab avalanche under high-risk conditions. The aftermath forced serious reflection within the skiing community, even experts, even trained professionals, even those with gear. Avalanche terrain does not respect experience, and sometimes it doesn't even wait for a mistake. Number 6. Matilda Rappaport. It was July 14, 2016 in Farallones, Chile, and professional skier Matilda Rappaport was training in the Andes during the Southern Hemisphere winter. She was experienced, sponsored, known for big mountain lines. The terrain was remote but not unfamiliar. Snow stability had been questioned earlier that week. What she didn't realize was how fragile the slope had become after recent storms. She began her descent. Step 1, she drops into a steep face. Step 2, her skis carve through fresh powder. Step 3, a crack forms above her. Step 4, the entire face fractures. Step 5, snow engulfs her from behind. Step 6, she is carried downhill in a rolling mass of debris. Fellow skiers witnessed the avalanche and immediately began rescue. She was located using beacon equipment and transported to a hospital. Despite rescue efforts, she died from injuries sustained during the slide. Official reports described it as an avalanche accident during off-piste skiing. The aftermath shook the professional skiing world. Sponsorship pressure, training expectations, the drive to conquer bigger terrain, all came under scrutiny. The mountain doesn't care about reputation. And sometimes, the danger isn't even visible until it's too late. Skiing is beauty wrapped around physics. Powder over rock, speed over ice, confidence over gravity. Every person in this list stepped onto the mountain expecting a normal day, a holiday, a lesson, a run. They didn't expect it to be their last. Helmets help, but they are not magic. Training helps, but it is not immunity. Experience helps, but it is not control. Because on snow, once momentum takes over, you don't negotiate with the mountain. You fall, you collide, or you disappear beneath it. No run is worth a life. And if you think the slope you're on is easy, remember, so did they.